The American dream is crumbling before our eyes, and something very dark is happening in Germany. I'm Andrew Meet Rich, former analyst for a state-run media outlet who chose truth over obedience. Now independent, living in Europe, exposing what they don't want you to see. LL Flooring just collapsed, taking nearly 2,000 jobs with it. The housing market is in freefall while lumber prices skyrocket. But that's just the beginning. In Germany's North Rhine-Westphalia, 6 candidates from the Alternative for Germany party are now gone, all within weeks of a crucial election. 6. All sudden, all mysterious. You won't believe the timing of these events. The American housing crisis and German political tragedy, they're connected by something deeper than coincidence. Hit that subscribe button right now, because tomorrow the news could change everything. If you want truth over propaganda, if you want facts over fear, stay with me. This channel survives on your support, not corporate funding. What you're about to hear will shake your understanding of how power really works. LL Flooring filed for bankruptcy in August 2024. This was the company formerly known as Lumber Liquidators. Remember that scandal? They were selling toxic Chinese flooring with illegal formaldehyde levels, paid $36 million in settlements, changed their name thinking we'd forget. Now they're gone completely. All stores closing, nearly 2,000 workers unemployed. But here's where it gets even worse. This isn't just one company failing. The entire US housing market is collapsing under the weight of impossible prices. Lumber costs are up 17% year over year. 17%. Meanwhile, mortgage rates hover between 6 and 7%. Builders are walking away from projects. New construction can barely keep up with demand, and what little gets built costs a fortune. And now listen carefully. Over 100 million American households can't afford a median-priced home. 100 million. The median home price is $460,000. This isn't market forces. This is systematic destruction of home ownership for ordinary people. You see the pattern, right? The housing affordability crisis isn't an accident. It's engineered. High lumber tariffs on Canada, supply chain disruptions that never really ended, labor shortages that somehow persist. Every lever of power is being pulled to make homeownership impossible for working families. Just imagine that for a second. Your government creates policies that make basic shelter unaffordable, then acts surprised when homelessness explodes. The same officials who caused this crisis will run for re-election promising to fix it. LL Flooring's collapse is a symptom, not the disease. The disease is a system that benefits from scarcity, from desperation, from people who have nowhere else to turn. When lumber companies go bankrupt while lumber prices stay high, ask yourself who's really profiting. If you're still with me, hit that like button. It tells me you want the truth, not just the headlines. Because what's happening in American housing is nothing compared to what's unfolding in Germany right now. But if you think this is bad, wait until you hear about 6 political candidates who all suffered the same fate within weeks of a crucial German election. 6 candidates from Germany's Alternative for Germany party are gone. 6, all in North Rhine-Westphalia, all within weeks of local elections scheduled for September 14th. Ralph Lange, 66, council candidate in Blomberg. Wolfgang Seitz, 59, from Rheinberg. Wolfgang Klinger, 72, from Schwerte. Stefan Berendes, 59, from Bad Lippspringe. And now 2 more reserve candidates whose names haven't been fully disclosed. Here's where it gets even worse. All described as dying suddenly and unexpectedly. Police claim no evidence of foul play, no investigations launched. Natural causes, they say. Move along, nothing to see here. German economist Stefan Homburg called this statistically almost impossible. His post got 1 million views before the German establishment started damage control. Elon Musk amplified the message, asking questions the media won't touch. You won't believe this timing. The AfD is leading national polls, ahead of the ruling Christian Democrats for the first time in German history. They're the most attacked party in Germany, facing constant violence and intimidation. And now this. Let me repeat that. 6 candidates, same party, same region, same time frame, all gone. The German establishment is panicking. AfD doubled their vote share in the recent federal election, becoming the second largest party. In eastern Germany, they dominate completely. Their crime? Opposing mass migration and standing up for German sovereignty. And now listen carefully. This is the same pattern we see everywhere. When populist parties threaten the establishment order, suddenly their leaders face unprecedented challenges. Legal persecution, media smears, and now in Germany, a string of unexplained losses that would make a statistician weep. The media calls it coincidence. 6 healthy political candidates, all from the same anti-establishment party, all gone within weeks of a crucial election. Ballots had to be reprinted, mail-in votes invalidated, the entire electoral process disrupted. What do you think? Comment below. Is this really just terrible luck, or are we witnessing something much darker? The German people deserve answers, not bureaucratic dismissals and media silence. Just imagine that for a second. 6 families destroyed, 6 voices silenced, and the political establishment shrugs it off as natural causes. The American housing crisis and the German political mystery share a common thread. Both represent the systematic dismantling of normal life for ordinary people. Whether it's making homes unaffordable or silencing political opposition, the goal is the same: control through desperation. When lumber companies collapse while prices soar, when political candidates disappear just before elections, we're not seeing random market forces or statistical anomalies. We're seeing power protecting itself by any means necessary. The housing crisis creates dependence. Political intimidation creates compliance. Both serve the same masters, the global elite who profit from chaos and scarcity. Stay informed, stay connected, stay awake. Hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and comment with your thoughts. This channel exists because you support independent journalism. Consider becoming a sponsor. Help us expose the truth they want buried. The news never stops, and neither do we. More stories breaking every day that connect the dots they hope you'll never see. We're building a community of people who refuse to accept official narratives without evidence. Keep questioning, keep fighting, keep demanding answers, because when they stop answering questions, that's when you know you're asking the right ones. I often get asked in the comments, who am I to talk about politics and discuss the news? Fair question, let me tell you. But before I do, I need to say something important. I want to thank the sponsors of this channel, not out of formality, but from the bottom of my heart. Without your support, this wouldn't be possible. Seriously, in a world where honest voices are being pushed out, you make it possible for me to keep speaking freely, without filters, without scripts, without fear. I used to work as an analyst and columnist at a major media outlet. On the surface, it seemed like a dream job: big audience, serious topics, respected platform. But once you step behind the curtain, you see the machine from the inside. Stories that didn't fit the narrative got shelved. Headlines were twisted to spark outrage or push a specific angle. Interviews were edited until the original meaning was barely recognizable. It wasn't about truth, it was about control. And once you start noticing it, you can't unsee it. I tried to fight it from within, to write honestly, to speak up in editorial meetings. But eventually I realized the system isn't broken, it's built this way. That's when I made the hardest decision of my life: to walk away, to give up the security, the paycheck, the prestige, but also to reclaim my voice. Freedom of speech isn't some abstract ideal to me, it's deeply personal. It means being able to look people in the eye and say what you really think, without someone in a suit whispering in your ear to tone it down. That's why I started this channel. This is where I speak freely, where I ask the questions no one else dares to ask, where I'm not afraid to challenge anyone, left, right, or center. If you're still here, if this resonates with you even a little, please hit like, leave a comment, and subscribe. It helps more than you think.